What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Between Us. I have our host, one of our hosts, Jonathan here.
What up, guys?
We have producer Bobby back there.
Yo, what up?
And we have a special guest today. He's originally from Florida. We got Louie Cortese in the house. What's up, baby?
How's it going, guys? What's up? Excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Why are you in town?
Why am I in town? Was originally in town for a show with that organization called Lifeline. So we were out here just kind of being a light in the skate park, getting to do some tricks with kids and
What
stuff
do you do?
like that.
What do you do?
So you said a show, so like...
Yeah, so
go
I
ahead.
ride bikes for a living. So children's bikes, to be exact, BMX bikes.
You said children's bikes?
Yeah, they're children's bikes.
Like a
Is that what
bicycle.
you guys call them?
Yeah, that's our like ongoing joke.
Okay.
It literally is a
I
children's
get
bike.
you.
It's
Yeah,
small.
it is though, yeah.
He's like, it is.
He's like, you know what? You're right. But yeah,
You're a child.
I get to ride BMX for a living outside of some other things, but we do it to share the gospel. So we were basically doing a show, performing, doing backflips and tricks and all that good stuff, but getting to do it to represent Christ. So it's fun.
What group are you with? What do they call it?
So I ride for a couple different groups, but one of them in particular is called the Stunt Dudes, which the Stunt Dudes is essentially the only Christian action sports team that I know of, other than that actually does what we do, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Because you've also done something with Nitro Circus, right?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that. That's
Yeah.
really dope.
Nitro Circus is cool, man. It was basically, it's like almost like a childhood dream. I think every
Right,
kid or
yeah.
grown adult that looks at action sports, they know what Nitro Circus is. So for me growing up, Travis Pastrana was legitimately my idol. He was like leaving his motocross number is 199. Mine's 177. Like I looked up to that guy so much. So to be able to get that opportunity to do that and to be on essentially the biggest stage in the world for
Yeah,
action
that's
sports,
dope, yeah.
it was surreal. It was
That's
cool.
cool.
And it was cool because like my daughter got to be there too,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like
cool.
I was sitting 55 feet up in the air on top of the ramp, and I'm at eye level with my
That's
daughter with headphones
cool.
on, like chilling. Like I'm like, that's sweet. So
So
can't complain.
what part of Florida did you grow up in? Was it Coral Springs?
So I was born in Coral Springs, but
Okay.
we didn't really spend that much time there.
Where's that, north, south?
So it's like near Miami, Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay, so down.
Just outside like Fort Lauderdale. But because of motocross, which is what I first started doing before BMX, we had no land there. Like Miami's kind of close together. Everything's just like kind of congested. So there's not a lot of open land. So we ended up moving to a town called Groveland, Florida, which is outside Orlando, so that we could have like a lot of acreage and like facility to do motocross. So that's why we ended up leaving there, and Groveland, Florida was home. It's home of orange groves and nothing else.
Yeah.
But we ended up having a 20-acre property there with
Oh, wow.
supercross track, motocross track, all this really cool facility to be able to do what we
That's dope.
wanted to do. So it was a blessing for sure.
Nice. So what's the hardest trick that you've done?
Hardest trick that I've done.
Bunny
It's
hop.
Most difficult.
most difficult. It's funny. The most difficult trick for me was the front bike flip, which I was like the third or fourth person I think to ever actually do it.
Wow.
Which essentially is the bike does a front flip in front of me, and I catch it and I get back onto it.
Okay.
I sat at John Andrews' house, the owner of the Stunt Dudes, at the ramp farm for about 8 hours and
Just trying.
nonstop, just like nonstop the whole time on a very small ramp.
Wow.
And I was like, I kept getting so close, couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So like a week later, I ended up going to this place called Camp Royal, which is like a Christian action sports camp, essentially like a Camp Woodward, but Christian oriented. And they have a big like 20, 30 foot roll in that comes in from the trees. It's like literally just like,
Holy
it's
smokes.
literally like roots and dirt. Like it's
That's
sketchy.
crazy.
It's not like done really well. And then there's a massive jump at the end of it. And I think I sat there for at least 6 hours and just got nailed, like pelted. It fell, just got mangled for hours, just falling and falling and falling until finally it worked.
So but you landed it.
I landed it. Yeah, I landed it. And then I got to do it on the biggest stage in the world at Nitro
That's
Circus
dope.
too, which was really, really cool.
That's
So yeah.
Is it a scary trick, like when you're up there without the bike or anything? Because you're kind of up in the air.
letting go of
Yeah,
it
that literally.
completely.
The reason why it's scary is because there is 1,000 things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Like there's no getting out of it. You're letting go of the bike and you're leaving the bike completely.
So you're either gonna land it or you're gonna crash
Exactly.
hard.
You're just gone. Like
Yeah.
you're passing away if you don't get back to the bike, and
Jeez.
it is not fun because literally, essentially, like
Shouldn't be that hard.
yeah, I mean you could do it,
Nice.
but it's essentially it's like as if you jumped off of the second, or if you jumped off of the roof right now, the second story, like right now.
Sheesh.
Now times that by 2, so we're 40, 50
man.
feet in the air.
That is crazy.
And you are flying at whatever speed, but it's like every single time that I would fall, I'm falling from 30, 40 feet in the air.
Gosh.
So it's just like, it was a lot, but now I figured out how to do it on smaller stuff and things like that. But it's crazy because Ryan Williams was actually the person who invented the trick. He's probably the most famous action sports athlete in the world right now. And he has now done like backflips in it and front flips in it. He keeps just elevating that trick to a whole nother level. Yeah, BMX is just a video game thing now. It's pretty wild, honestly.
Has there been like a scary moment for you that you've crashed and you're like, oh shoot, like?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's weird. Like there's in my motocross career, there were so many wrecks, so many crashes, and like there were so many things that essentially like almost like cost me my life. Like I had one incident where I got ran over 6 times and broke all my ribs. Rib went through my spleen.
Ran over by what?
Other dirt bikes.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and rib went through my spleen, ruptured my spleen. And,
that happened to you, right, Bobby?
Bleeding. Spleen?
No, he got run over by
reindeer.
Yeah.
No, I got.
I was joking. I didn't think it was serious.
No, I got my head ran over by a 4-wheeler. So.
Whoa,
What the?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
That's terrible.
You're next.
You're next. You're next.
But so I've had those, but in BMX, the worst incident that I had was I landed on my back and I had no idea anything happened until hours later.
Yo.
I was at like a concert with my brother, and all of a
So
sudden,
you thought you were fine?
yeah,
right?
I thought I was fine.
That.
I was just like kind of getting loopy, and I'm like, man, like what's going on right now? And sure enough, I'm like kind of have this massive headache. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling super dizzy. Like I felt like I was hallucinating the whole time. So we had to leave. We ended up leaving, and I went home, and I was like, dude, I can't go to bed. I can't do anything. And I still just went through it. Like I couldn't. I was just like, I'm not going to the hospital. Like for some reason, I don't know what it is, but like action sports people, it's like when you go to the hospital, it's not like you're a BITCH. It's like you just don't want to go there. Like I hate going to the hospital. I hate going near doctors. And so days went by. I couldn't get out of bed. I'm not joking. I had to lay in bed. If I sat up, it literally felt like someone like was punching me in the head as hard as they could, or like stabbing me in my brain. Like everything in my body just went into shock as soon as I would sit up. I would have to lay flat. Like to get to the bathroom, I would have to literally army crawl on my stomach to the bathroom just to go to the bathroom. It was so bad. It was miserable.
Just go to the hospital.
I'm not joking. Finally, I was like, I finally was like, I'm gonna get out of the house, and I was like trying to be tough, but like immediately as soon as I sat up, my head was killing me. I get into the car, and my girlfriend at the time were going to like a coffee shop or something.
You weren't even.
No, I'm like I'm not going. And we get in the line at the coffee shop, and I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital right now, and I just start puking my brains out. And sure enough, I go to the hospital. I had split the tube around my spinal cord. So the entire time I had fluid leakage.
You could have been paralyzed or died or something if you would have kept waiting.
So essentially what they said was like if you like let air out of a bike tire or like a car tire, it becomes spongy. So that's what happens when your spinal cord leaks fluid in your back.
Yeah,
your brain and your skull to your back ends up becoming like kind of spongy. So the whole time I had pressure on my brain.
Yeah.
And it was intense. And they're like, yeah, so we're going to leave you here for a little bit, and we'll let you lay down. And if it doesn't heal itself on the own within a couple days or a couple hours, you're doing a spinal tap, and then it's going to be a whole nother thing. But, like, it should heal on its own.
Was that you jacked up your spleen too, right?
Yeah, that was 2 separate occasions.
Oh, okay. We're going to that next, by the way.
2 separate occasions. But, like, yeah, and literally I just laid there and could not stop hallucinating the whole time. I would look up.
Did they at least give you like pain meds?
Yeah, they gave me pain meds, but because I was already hallucinating so much, like it just made me high. So I was just like literally out of it the whole time.
Kind of just waiting to see if it would heal up.
Yep, and just passed out. And luckily the Lord was good and ended up healing me. And I had no spinal cord or tap or anything that I had to do, no surgery. And literally a week later, I'm not joking, a week later, I went and won my first pro BMX contest a week later. So it was like,
and you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
That's crazy.
Weird, like just super weird things. it's awkward, but
that's crazy.
It works.
It's awkward.
It's weird. The body is weird. It's crazy. Like something so small, like a little thing like that, can cause such a big problem, which is intense. But yeah,
That's scary.
So the spleen.
The spleen, yeah. So spleen, that is actually an insane story because I got ran over 6 times. I was 11 years old, actually. So that's kind of where a lot of...
Then we'll talk about this pizza shop.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually... It's a lot where my story kind of really begins, I feel like, or like my knowledge of the story that God was like starting in my life. Because I've had so many things from age 3 to 11 that like the normal person wouldn't deal with. Like I drowned when I was 3 years old. My parents found me at the bottom of the pool dead. I was underwater for probably a couple, someone said like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, no, just completely brain dead.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's insane. Like it's actually insane. So there's all these stories, but like at 11 years old, I think it was like 2007 or 2008 at the time, maybe 2009. It was right there in that time frame. When that accident happened is when my family ended up losing everything. So like we lost our house, we lost businesses. The person who accumulated all the wealth, my grandfather, ended up passing away of leukemia, and my dad was diagnosed with cancer all in the same year.
Wow.
And I had that accident with the spleen and all that stuff in that year. And so fact checking myself, like I asked my parents because I spoke at an event and I told this story. And they're like, no, yeah, you're on point. Everything was in that year. I'm like, that is insane. And so I got ran over a couple times and all ribs broken. They ended up putting me in a helicopter and airlifted me from Lakeland to Tampa because I had so much bleeding and they didn't know what to do. And they were trying to figure out where the blood was coming from, all this different stuff. And I remember, like, it was this is where it gets funny, but like it was the first time I had to get introduced a catheter. So I was 11 years old, dude. And every guy knows immediately that. And I
want you to explain that part in detail.
So what they did was,
that's crazy.
they
step by step.
So they grabbed it. Okay. Like,
oh my god.
Damn, bro.
Okay, so back to reality. So it ended up that was the first time I got introduced with that. My dad wasn't around, no family around. It was just me in Tampa alone. And they're like, hey, this is what we have to do. And I remember this doctor was this Asian guy that had to do it. And I didn't understand. I was like so much pain, so much stuff. And I straight up, the first time I've ever punched someone in the face, I punched this dude right in the mouth as soon as he went to touch my area. I was like, what? Boom! Like,
that's
ow.
my no square.
And they freaked out.
No square. Tell me, where'd you learn that?
Hey, don't go there. That's my no square.
Oh man.
I'll be to teach Bo that.
Yeah, don't ever teach Bo that.
Don't ever say that again.
Just teach him to say, "Don't touch me,"
and punch him. Yeah.
But,
all right, continue on, man.
So it was tough, and I remember right after that, all these nurses started coming in, and they literally just held me down, shot something in my IV. I woke up the next morning with tubes all over me, tube there, like it was so bad. And it's wild because there's been so many times where my mom has kind of been like the prayer like warrior of my family, and anytime she prays, things happen. Like it is insane. I'm not joking. And there was a really close friend of hers named Michael that is what they gone on mission trips together, and like they were super close, with my mom and him. And he ended up coming to the hospital and praying with me after I had woken up. And I was just like laying there in this massive room too. And I asked later on, I was like, why was my room so big? I've been in the hospital a lot, but I've never been in a hospital room that big. They had like a couch and a TV and like a kitchenette. And they're like, oh, this is where like people come to say goodbye to people. And I was like, that's weird. Okay. And so I was laying in that room and they prayed over me, and that was they ended up, we were trying to monitor the bleeding to see if it would stop and all this, that, and the other. And they were going to take me in for one more MRI. So they, right before that, my mom and him prayed over me. And I ended up getting the MRI done, come back in, and they're like, oh, yeah, you're good. Like, everything's fine. They're like, what? Like, yeah, your ribs are broken, but there's, like, if you look here, like, on your spleen, there's, like, a sewing on your spleen. Like, the rib was, like, punctured it, but it's no longer punctured. There's, like, all the bleeding is stopped. There's no blood in your pee. There's nothing. Like, everything's fine. You're good.
And they didn't open you up?
Nothing. No surgery, nothing. Like, literally no surgery.
But it was planned,
nothing.
right? So like, open you up.
Oh, yeah. They had to. They had to. And it ended up not doing it because, like, the blood, it stopped. And it healed on its own, which is not really possible at all, honestly. And but shortly after that, I ended up just getting super sick. So, like, from me drowning, I always had lung issues. And so when you break your ribs, you kind of puncture lungs, or, like, there's a lot of cartilage and things that happen when that happens. And so I just got super sick, got pneumonia literally the week after. I'm literally still in the hospital. I think I was in the hospital for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I got pneumonia. I got super sick. And the only way I would literally, that time, I actually like drowned in my sleep because of so much mucus and stuff like that. So like I will never forget it. It was super late, and I ended up falling asleep finally. and I ended up like waking up and I couldn't breathe because I was like all my lungs were so backed up and I literally was like dying. Like I was literally, my heart was stopping because of drowning in my sleep. And so they came in, and the only way for them to be able...
Shove something in your mouth?
No, it was to take a massage gun and put it to my back to loosen up the phlegm. And I had broken ribs. So I'm just sitting there literally screaming and crying, going through that at 11 years old. And so, and it's crazy because it's like you don't know. I didn't know like everything else that was going on or that was going to happen. You know, like that was the first domino. Yeah, it was so intense. So... yeah, that happened, and then we continued to race dirt bikes for 10 years after that too. So a lot more crazy things have happened, and that's a story for me. Like, there's so many dudes out there that have even gnarlier stories. You know, like dirt bikes and all that are insane. It's nuts.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So what made you want to get back on the bike and continue on?
I was homeschooled. I knew nothing else. I don't know. Like it's funny. Like. My dad always tells like new parents that are getting into motocross, like, let your kid knock the wind out of himself, or let him fall down the first time before you invest a lot into it. Because if your kid's,
you're gonna see if
you'll see if he can handle it or wants to handle it.
Yeah.
He's like when you hit the ground for the first time and you got knocked out or knocked the wind out of yourself, your first question was the bike okay? Like, is the bike good? Can we keep riding? Like, that was my answer. He's like, that's how you know. Yeah. It's like, and sure enough, like, that was always my answer. Like, I was like, is the bike good? Like, can we ride next week? And he's like, dude, you're broke off. I'm like, what are you talking about? And so it was all I knew. And I really, from a really young age, I always put my family on my back unknowingly. And like, I just wanted to succeed for them. Like, I always wanted to do good. I always wanted to. I saw their sacrifice. I know what they were doing. And so I constantly was just like, "There's no other option. This is my life. This is gonna be my job. Like, this is all I know, and I'm gonna make it happen." So, just craziness.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So you got run over? You got your head run over, Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah. So, it was by like a 90cc. 4-wheeler. So I was 5th grade, and my I'll just call foster dad at that time. He showed me this jump. We lived on this like ranch thing, like a hobby farm or something like that, and we had this massive hill. And so what he would do, it was like a hill that went into like, was it Rivian or whatever they call it? Right, something, and then it goes up into another hill. So he went down this hill and he jumped the big quad that we have, and I'm like, all right, I want to try that. So I do the same thing, take the jump. It was a little too much for me, and when I when I landed, like my whole body went over the handles, and so I went in front of the quad or the 4-wheeler, and then basically one wheel hit my head. And then the next thing hit my head, and I was wearing one of those helmets, the not cool helmets, where it's like half of your helmet, but then it's just like, half shell. Yeah. And like my head was like this, like turned sideways, and I got back up, and I'm like making sure like my head's gone. I mean, my head's on and everything's good, and
my head's
like head's still there. I'm not hurting or anything. So then I'm like, I'm not gonna do that jump. And then like a week later, I was like, all right, I can't let this jump have the best of me. So I did it, and
then Bobby Peacock was born.
Yeah. Another day I found out that peacocks can't fly. So that was the first day.
So wild. Yeah, 4-wheelers are scary, dude. I've like in the motocross community, especially.
Well, that scares you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, dude. I'm not joking. Like, 4-wheelers are killers.
Yeah, bro.
They are.
There's so many people
because they're just heavy.
They're heavy, and people don't understand that, and like
they go fast.
They do, but also it's like it's this weight distribution of like, okay, what goes up must come down, and if you're on something and you get tossed, that thing is the gravity works. It's going to follow with you. Yeah. So there's so many times that people get stuck underneath and break their necks, stuff like that. Yeah. And we've always just been like, dude, it's like Mustangs or crowd killers. Like, it's the same exact thing. I'm sorry, but like they really are. I mean, videos you've seen of like people
Mustang
getting hit
owners.
or idiot. It's always a Mustang every single time. And anytime someone gets hurt, it's usually a 4-wheeler.
Or Dodge Viper.
Yep. See.
Yeah.
That's
Dang,
Yeah, and
that's
usually
crazy.
guys who drive Mustangs own four wheelers, so they just go hand in hand. Sorry.
Their names are usually Bobby.
Hey. See, that's weird because like I'm more comfortable on like a 4-wheeler than like a motorcycle.
For sure.
So
I think it just comes to like the background, like what you were on first. I would say, you know.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
Dang.
Love it.
Tell me about this pizza shop.
Pizza shop. Which one? There's 14 of them.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So long story short,
Yeah,
my grandparents came here. My dad's side of the family, they came here from Italy, or my grandmother was originally from Italy, like literally Sicily, born and raised, knew nothing else. She barely spoke English. And but man, food was their thing, dude. I'll tell you what. Run restaurant turned into 14.
Oh,
wow.
And all the restaurants, or most of them, were in Buffalo, New York. And so it's pretty crazy if you look at the timing as well, like buffalo wings and stuff like that, like chicken wings. My grandfather, from what I like to talk to my dad about, he was one of the first people to actually do that. Like, and if you look at the timeline and where it was, because all of these things, like my grandfather thought of it and was like, oh, like to all the factory workers, this is super cheap. Like they'll come in and they'll eat this. And like sure enough, like chicken wings were born with them. But then they got into pizza and subs and all this various different things. And like my grandfather was super smart when it came to business and when it came to the restaurant business in general. And like the owner of Wendy's actually quotes like my grandfather to his success, like in a book that he wrote and stuff like that. Like there's so many different things that like my grandfather was a part of and doing, but they were like straight mafia dudes. Like I'm not joking. Like my cousins, my dad, all my uncles, all of them, they're out of their freaking mind. I'm not joking. They're nuts. And after my
Should we be saying this on camera?
100%, it's fine.
Go ahead, say their names too.
Address.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like my dad's a little short Italian dude, but like he'll kill you. Like he's out of his freaking mind. And I've seen my grandfather do some sketchy stuff too, and such. But like where I really understood it was when. After my grandfather died, actually, like they had all these restaurants. They had great success. Like my dad ran them, and then he never like held on to the restaurants. They always passed it on to like the pizza guy, delivery guy that worked for them for 10 years. Like they had no ties, and there's still a couple restaurants still to this day that are like family friends that own and operate them, and they're still the Avenue Pizza name in Buffalo, New York. They're still there. But I realized how serious and crazy my grandfather was when. After he died, I found this like little leather book, and I still have it. And it was all of these loans that he had out, and there weren't like small numbers either. It was like
So your homie was a loan
ledger
shark?
book.
He was a
He
loan
had a
shark?
ledger book, bro.
it was, and it was like oh, like $5,000, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. There's like and like literally had all the math written down of like the payments, the interest, everything that was to him. And it was like the girl at the grocery store that needed $100, and this is her payback for this, like all this. But then it got into like 75,000, 250,000, all these cash deals that he was doing, or loans that he had out.
Was that handed to you? You kind of just took it, or what?
So I had this book, and I ended up going to my cousin, and I was like, yeah, I found this book. And he looks at me, he's like, Louie, you don't understand. And I'm like, what? Well, then he got all serious, like puffed up. He's like, there's a lot of mother effers, blah, 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 that like used your grandfather and took advantage of him. And after he died, they don't think that they have to pay up, basically. So he's like, we can go. He's like, I know every single name on that list. He's like, we could go here, we could do this, we could do this. Like,
shoot.
and he got serious about it. And my dad was like, just leave it, like, let it be. Like, it is what it is. But like,
No.
He wanted to collect.
That's 250 grand.
Yeah,
There's a
man.
lot of
The boy wanted to collect.
There's a lot of money on the street for sure. Like, and my dad might listen to this and start laughing. You're like, you don't know what you're talking about. No, I read.
What's your dad's
Yeah,
name?
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony. Look,
Hey,
We found the book, Tony.
we found the little
we're
leather
not
book.
on the book, but we found the book.
Hey,
You know,
yo,
we can help. We
Tony.
can help.
If you need help finding people,
We can help.
Listen, just give me a
Just
call.
give us a little cut.
Yeah.
hey,
I'll go hunting.
We'll go to Buffalo, New York for a
make some
week.
pizza.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but and so long story short, it was interesting, and I think I get a lot of like my ambition and the way that
That's
I am.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Kind of.
What was your grandpa's name?
It was actually named after him, Louis. So Charlie was his name, and his middle name was Louis. So Charlie Cortese.
Of course it was.
So are you like full Italian?
So I'm more Italian than I am Cuban, but I am Cuban Italian. So my dad's side of the family is 100% Italian, and my mom's mom has a little bit of Italian, but then her dad's straight from Cuba. So Italian and Cuban, which
That's wild.
mafia,
nice mix,
bro.
crazy mix, yeah.
Yeah, cartel and mafia combined. Here we are.
Gosh, there's money out there, bro.
Dude, there's a lot.
Yeah.
How big was that book?
Dude, it was just like this.
Is it like that? Is it like that one?
Nah, yeah, it's almost like the size of that Bible.
The Bible?
Actually. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that, the smaller Bible, and it's so in detail. Like it's super cool. I love that thing.
Man,
Yeah.
you
It's super
you
rad.
are the holder of grace, man.
I know.
You still have that book.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still go collect.
Oh yeah, we need to.
Have you ever thought about it?
I mean, you guys are big dudes.
That's
Let's go
what I'm
do this.
saying.
Let's go.
The
Let's
second
go.
trip
I
to
have thought
Buffalo,
about
New
it.
York for a
Yeah.
week.
I have,
Be
especially.
like, all right, you owe me 250. Give me 200. Give me
Here.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
I'm gonna do you a solid.
see this payment plan? You
Yeah.
owe interest on this. It's crazy because like, to think about what happened to my family too. Like,
Yeah.
dude, they lost everything, and they still. I mean, that they lost everything in 2008, and they still have not recouped. Like my dad is working a job that some people just make fun of. Like, it's no joke, and so it's like they did so much good for people.
And in the midst of that, your pops to still be like, let it go. Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Exactly, and it's tough because like I've seen my dad get just the short end of the stick on so many things too, or just come up short. And like that was like the story of like our motocross career, was like we'd always come up short just a little bit, or we'd break a bone, or like this. And he still tried. Like we still kept going, and like even still to this day, like people like. I even looked at him at a point in time, like he was working a job that was not good, and then he was driving a Corvette. He's like, and I asked him, like, how are you like doing this, or why are you doing this? He's like, honestly, because
You remember that book?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's like, honestly, because like if I get into a nice car, it makes me want to work harder to keep it. Like it makes me want to get back there, because my dad had a Corvette collection when I was young. Like literally had several Corvettes and all this stuff, and so it is interesting. And so like when I look at that book, or I think about the people that kind of got out scot-free, it does make me like, all right, like let's go figure this out. And I also just think it'd be really funny. Like I think it'd be so hilarious,
dude. Make a documentary, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And like I'm not joking, like my cousin Frank, all those guys.
Hey,
Frank sounds like
Frank sounds like he's get.
Frank
Yeah.
is gnarly, dude. Like
he
Frank,
sounds
we're on your side, bro.
yeah.
Don't come after us.
Hey, listen.
Ralph,
Just
dude.
give me the
Ralph,
money.
Frank and Ralph.
Frank,
give me
Ralph,
the
Ralph,
money.
Frank, Ralph, and
Morris.
Louie. Yeah. that's-
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? That's it.
Now, are they? Now, your cousins Frank and Ralph, are they still in Buffalo, New York?
Ralph is still in Buffalo. Frank goes back and forth, but he's in Florida now as well.
Okay.
A lot of the family is in Florida. A lot of them. Yeah, they're gnarly, man. They're so gnarly. Like even it's funny because, excuse me, even after
These family reunions got to be pretty intense, huh?
speaking of,
Yes,
Oh
please.
snap! Yes.
we are doing our first Cortese family
Yeah, we're going.
reunion
We're going.
in November this year.
Oh,
And my
shoot.
mom set it up. Everyone, 12 different families are staying in one house. And I was
Oh,
like,
snap.
I was like, well,
What do we need to do to
that's
be
good.
there?
Just come.
It's gonna smell like pepperoni. And
Ooh, get some real
So I'm like,
Italian
man, I
food.
can't wait to never talk to half my family again after this. out of their
That's
damn
crazy.
minds.
So when's the last time you guys had a family reunion?
Never.
Oh wow.
Like literally,
Just really
I think.
intense. Are you bringing the book?
Oh yeah, I'm bringing the book. All right, here, family meeting.
Yeah.
Now we get to
Who are
planning.
we going after?
Yeah, who we going after?
first? Who in this room is in this book?
Pay
Who's
up
been a
now.
douche? That's what we're going after.
Crazy.
Pay
But
up now.
we are doing a family reunion, which is going to be really cool. I'm
That's
super
dope.
excited for that. But like I haven't seen a lot of my family in many
Yeah.
years. Like after it was actually, it's kind of heartbreaking. Like after we left the Fort Lauderdale Coral Springs area, it was kind of like the last time we all like were together. Like every birthday of mine, like there was 100 people. They had all the family there, and everyone's cooking, hanging out, and like I remember that so clearly. And now, even now, like I have my own daughter, I have a wife, and I'm halfway across the country.
Yeah.
Now we have no one, and so it's like, man, maybe we need to value family more and trying to get people together. But man, there's just so much life happening between everyone's lives. So like
Right.
just to get this opportunity to be around everyone
Yeah.
so
and love
November's
on
gonna be
everyone is really
crazy.
cool. What's that?
November's gonna be crazy.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna be in
gnarly.
Florida or what?
It's gonna be in Florida.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So were you guys just renting like a huge
mansion
Airbnb or what?
Yeah, my mom got it
For
figured
12
out.
families? Yeah, you gotta.
It's gonna be sick. It's
It's gonna be
crazy.
pretty dope.
Or really bad. I don't know.
It's gonna be loud.
It might be some drama.
Yeah,
Because
I
you don't
just-
know what they are. Who they are, who
It's
they
already
become.
started. It's already started too. Like
So it's official.
Yeah, it's already official. Like my mom already sent. Like we're in this massive group text. I never read my text messages anyway.
Yeah, I
But
know.
like my wife's just handling it. But like everything's getting situated and stuff like that. My only response. Sorry, Grandpa Carlos, if you're listening to this, he has the most douchebag dog I've ever met in my life. This dog.
What kind of dog
Carlos,
is it?
you can't bring the dog.
It is.
Man. I'm
I don't
sorry,
even
bud.
know.
Is it a
It's
small
called-
dog?
No, it's like medium-sized dog. His name is Stella. She hates my living
Yeah,
guts.
she sounds like a douche.
Dude, she sucks. And I literally, my mom texts, she's like, all right, so the dogs will be there. And I'm like, I'm not going. I'm like, remove this part of my family. I will not go near that house if that dog is in there. I don't want that dog near me, my daughter.
Well, you don't know what kind of dog it is?
It's just a mutt, dude. It's just an annoying mutt.
Now,
dude.
is it just with you or just in general?
No, just with me. I don't know what it is. I'm going to put that dog down, dude.
Did you kick it once? And
No, I swear.
she's like mad at you
No,
forever?
dog hates my living guts. Hates my
Yeah.
living guts. And so I'm already starting drama with my family. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm good.
That dog's
Have
there.
fun. Have fun without me.
my daughter and wife can go. I ain't
Let me
going.
know how it goes.
Nah, it's gonna be great though. It's gonna be cool. So I can't complain.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Where's
No,
it gonna
that's
be
gonna, yeah, you gotta let us know.
Outside Orlando, Florida. So it'd be in like it's gonna be like Disney property area
Oh.
and such like that because that's
Yeah.
kind of like the center of the state. So
Is it like for like a weekend type thing? Or what?
yeah, it's gonna be 4 days.
Oh, shoot.
We're gonna be
Wow.
we're gonna go to Florida for a week. We've not taken a vacation, or like my wife and I didn't even have a honeymoon, and so now, my mom took the week off of work, so she's gonna watch our daughter, so we can just kind of like get out, like just
Yeah.
go be us for once, which would be cool. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. But yeah,
We look Italian, right?
Yeah, we'll fit in.
you guys should come. Honestly, let's go.
We'll fit
Let's
in.
do
Just
it.
tell them we're the new security. We're gonna go collect.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We're the
Yeah,
new collectors.
we can do that. We can get you guys on some gators. Go gator grabbing.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Heck,
I'm
What?
dead serious.
Time out.
Yeah.
Get your hand bitten off.
No, you'll be fine. It's baby ones.
How do you just like?
Nah.
No. So one of my best friends, Matt Manzari, he married my wife and I, and he has one of the most insane stories. He was
Oh, so you married my wife? I'm
Yeah,
like,
don't
wait,
wait. Time out. Married my wife.
He married me and my wife,
Yeah.
and
So
but
you're a throuple.
he was electrocuted
Oh.
with 12,000 volts of electricity.
By a gator.
Oh.
Is this guy Italian too?
Yes, he is actually.
He's
There's
doing
Matt
some
Manzari,
crazy
dude.
things, man.
And
He's either our
Was he
Italian
trying
or
to-
a minion with
trying
that.
to trying to collect, and he ended up
dude,
like,
trying to
electrocuted himself?
No, he was actually he was a professional wakeboard athlete or wake skate athlete, and it's crazy because he has an amazing story. He speaks all over the world about it, but he had an accident prior to this, and he had to get like plate in his skull, his jaw, stuff like this, and plate in his hand. But he was actually
TSA must suck.
yeah,
man.
right.
Yeah.
TSA pre-check, bro.
Yeah. All day, every day.
right. But so he ended up he was volunteering at a church cutting trees. Like he didn't need to be doing that. He was just doing that, and they gave him the wrong bucket. He was in a metal bucket, and he hit a power line and
Nice.
tripped and electrocuted him. The only thing that saved his life was because of the metal in him. It
Oh, yeah,
went
it
through
just
him
went-
and went out the top of his head.
Yeah.
And so like it
Oh,
ended up saving
shoot.
his life. But it's an insane story and stuff like that. But Matt has always lived life on the edge all the time. And
Yeah, we
so
can tell.
and he's literally he's healed from it. He doesn't have nipples though. They burned
Time
off.
out. Time
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Time out. Time out.
His
Yeah.
his
Hold on.
nipples
What?
burned off.
Pause.
Are
I
they
can't
like
pause.
fingerprints where they
I
just,
really hope
they
he's
burnt
listening right now
off?
because he's gonna be like, "Why? Why would you say
Hold
that?"
His
on.
nipples
What's his
burnt
name?
off?
His name's Matt.
Matt Manzari.
Hey, can you text us a picture of your nipples?
You wanna see?
Well, yeah, the lack
Show-
thereof or lack
Or lack
thereof.
thereof.
Oh, you got a
He's
picture?
got a
I'll pull it
picture.
up
We
right
won't
now.
show it to the camera. We'll just keep it between us for a bit.
Wow.
But it is insane.
Man.
And
He has no nipples.
But he's
Wait, like, yeah.
yeah, he has no nipples, dude. No nipples. No nipples, Matt.
no nipples.
No, they actually call him Miracle Matt. So that's
No
a
nipples, Matt
that's a
sounds
photo of
better.
him now.
Oh shoot.
That's a photo of him.
Can
now.
I?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, yeah,
you
no
see it.
wonder he
Also,
doesn't
it's
have
on
any
social media. We
nipples.
could put that on the internet.
Yeah.
So this was all.
This
Oh,
is out. This is
dang.
him
Let me show.
healed now, which is crazy. Like I could
Yeah,
show
there's
you
no
photos.
nipples. I see the dance, but no nipples.
I could show you photos of like
this was
from the
that was,
accident.
that was tough.
No, it's insane, dude. It's
So that was
insane.
all just burned. So he's
Yeah.
lucky to be alive.
Yeah,
Like,
but
wow.
he still wake skates. He still surfs.
So what's
and
the
like
difference between wake skating and wakeboarding?
Screenshot
wakeboarding.
that and send it to me, please.
Wakeboarding is basically you're like locked in like a snowboard, so you're locked
Yeah,
into
yeah.
something.
Okay.
Wake skating is basically a skateboard on the water, so
Oh,
it's
okay,
a
you
bigger
can- yeah.
skateboard
Okay,
basically,
oh, wow.
and you're not attached to it or anything.
wow.
You can do kick
So
flips,
that's
all
even
that stuff.
harder.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is.
so time out.
Mhm.
You strayed away from the
That's
Gators.
crazy.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
reeling back into that. So,
Matt, you're a
so
legend,
Matt,
bro.
so
Yeah.
Matt is a legend.
No
so
nipple Matt, baby.
So that
Miracle
happened to him
Matt.
because he went to go get gators.
yeah, no, he says that all the time. Yeah, we always joke about that. But he took me for the first time gator hunting, and so we've gone
This is like
gator
the most
hunting and stuff
redneck
like
thing
that.
that we're gonna do.
It's so
the
sick.
I'm
most
already
Florida
saying we're
thing.
gonna do.
It is the most Florida thing, and
Right.
so I'll show you some of the ones that they've caught. But we'll go out. It's not legal, but we'll go out and like gator grab and stuff like
It's
that.
Wait,
not
hold,
legal.
hold
We'll go
on.
surf.
It's not legal.
Let me finish.
Hold on,
I
hold
got-
on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
finish.
Let the man finish.
So we'll go out and surf. So we have wake surf.
Does it look like we
boats.
surf, bro?
Yeah, dude, you can.
I can.
Oh, we'll be in the
Okay.
boat.
Bobby,
Bobby,
shut
shut
up.
your mouth.
Bobby,
You stop.
Bobby,
You've
you
lived in the
I-
Midwest your whole life.
I have
You've never
surfed
surfed. Where in the lake?
Like, look,
Listen, there's boats that throw out wakes behind you that you can surf.
Oh my god.
Louis, have you ever been on one of
You're
those
saying
boats?
Wait, yeah,
small?
very
That's
a
not
lot.
Yeah.
small.
That's
No,
let
this
me
is a
see.
big one. This is one that they.
Yeah.
This is one that they
That,
killed.
you can't.
Yeah, they killed this one. This one was hunted. They
To
they
eat?
yeah.
What does
yeah.
that taste like?
Oh, have
You've
you
never
ever
had
great.
gator
It
before?
I've
tastes
had it
good.
there, but I don't know if
Gator
it's good
jerky's
though.
It tastes
fire,
it
bro.
tastes good. And
I really
like
like
for
gator
Thanksgiving,
jerky.
because around this time, around the season's already
But is
started.
that an Italian thing to do to eat?
It's a Florida thing
It's
to
a Florida thing, dude. And so, yeah, this is some of the ones that they caught, Matt and all them.
Yeah, none of those are small.
No, they're
So
they're
is
not
it like
That's not
catch
small
and
gator.
release or
No,
what?
they
no,
kill
no,
them.
no,
dog.
this is hunting season.
Catch and
Wow.
eat.
There's more alligators in the state of Florida than people.
Right, yeah, you guys need to get rid of
What?
them.
So like
So-
they literally take like a plane and they go over each lake, and somehow they can calculate like the population, and you're only allowed to like hunt like a certain amounts, certain tags, stuff like that. It's super.
So it's kind of
crazy.
like deers here in South
So
Dakota.
what's illegal about
Yeah,
this?
So the illegal part is we will go surf and we'll just
Surf.
we go surf. No, we go
Surf,
surf, and then
okay.
at nighttime we get spotlights and we'll go into the
Fuck.
canal and we spot for gators, and we bring people sometimes, and
Surfing at midnight.
So what's illegal about it though? Like,
You're not supposed to take
allowed
them.
like we grab babies, like we'll grab babies off the boat and like just like hold them and stuff like that.
oh,
like,
you
that's
can't do
cute.
that.
No, no, absolutely not.
Can
Like,
one of those
it's
babies
super
still
illegal.
bite your finger off though?
They won't bite your finger off. But
Can they?
No.
But the mom or dad might.
You're lying. Is
No,
it like?
we've gone great.
You said that no, like kind of like
Is it like bears that if you see a cub, more than likely the mama's around? Or
Not necessarily. Because like after they hatch, I think moms dip out. Kind of.
Kinda like my dad.
Don't quote me on that one. Sorry, Florida.
dang, he said
But,
kind of
like-
like my dad.
Oh my gosh!
Bobby's dad is still out to go get milk.
way to
He hasn't come back.
make it about yourself, Bobby.
Wow!
Bobby's dad said, "I'm gonna go get some milk." Never came back.
Oh, I wanted to say something. I'm not going to.
Do it. Do it.
It's funny because he's black.
It's also true
That's
'cause
why I
he's
said it, man.
It's also true because he's black.
All right, Matt and everyone listening, I'm sorry, but yes,
Hey, respect for your nipples, man.
yeah, love you, Matt. But it
The
is.
old ones.
But that whole story is insane. Like, in a serious note, like, it is insane because during that time when it happened,
We're talking about gators, or
we're talking about Matt now.
Okay.
Yeah.
During that time, like Bobby Jean, which is his wife, was pregnant with their first son, and he had to like literally, no joke, like he planned his own funeral. Like it was insane, and then came through all of that. And so it's like that's actually why we named my daughter Lucy Jean, was because it's like through that craziness, through everything that they were going through, and it's an insane story. You can look it up, and it's like there's a documentary about it. But everyone sees like what Matt went through, but not everyone always sees
Yeah.
what Bobby went through. And she
Yeah.
was strong,
Yeah.
and she's like honestly such an amazing human being. Like we love their family so much, and so that's why we named Lucy Jean, my daughter, after Bobby Jean. And so with that story with Matt and all that stuff, it's like even me talking about like my injuries and things like that. Like, dude, like the stuff that he had to go through. Like there was a point in time, and he told the story on our wedding day, which sounds so bad, but we were out to dinner, and there was
His nipples hurt.
it wasn't his nipples actually, it was his thighs. So they had to pull.
They grew on his thighs.
No, so they had to pull
yeah,
like
skin graft,
skin
yeah.
grafts from his body, but they put the wrong gauze on his thighs,
Oh.
and he had to pull the gauze
Yeah.
off. And like I actually have a photo of it. It is
Probably like dad's
so
lines.
tough, dude. So tough.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, man, like we have, so tying it back into Florida and stuff like that. coming to Florida if you guys want to. Like, you get to meet some really awesome freaking people. We get to do some really fun stuff, and that's one reason why I do miss Florida. And
are you gonna have people there that are quote unquote not family that are friends?
Yeah.
So we can talk to your mom.
So we can go. We can go.
Tell them you hired
When is
security.
it? When is it? November what?
That would actually be so
November
funny.
what?
November 10th to the 14th.
Oh, okay. It's before.
But we'll be there all week, so we're gonna go
I
surf.
mean, even if we just go for like a couple days.
Yeah, let's go. We'll go play golf.
That'd be dope.
Oh.
That'd be dope if we.
Well, you're good at golf now too.
You play golf?
No,
it's my birthday. I want to go play golf. You want to go play golf?
I would play golf. I'm not good at it.
Let's go play.
I have one cool.
We're playing after
golf
this
story,
podcast. Done.
So that's crazy. Yeah, so we're going to Florida again.
Yeah, we're going. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Catch gators.
Tell your family you hired security because of your new lifestyle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you catch a gator, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm not
No,
scared.
you're
of that.
scared.
You're scared.
Nah, man. Gators
It's
don't
so
have
much
rabies,
fun, dude.
bro.
What?
But they
they'll
have-
cut your
What
hand
the
off.
heck?
Here, look.
Nah.
They'll bite your hand off.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show you a video of Morgan Wade catching one.
Who's Morgan Wade?
Morgan Wade's a professional
Yeah,
BMX
professional
rider that
dancer.
rides with the stunt dudes, but he's
Oh.
like crazy
Oh, okay, yeah,
military
yeah.
dude. Like
He was there.
Mm.
he's like killed a hog with like a butter knife. Like he's super gnarly.
Are you serious?
I swear.
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
With a
dude.
butter knife.
Yeah. You think my family's nuts? That guy's nuts.
A hog with a butter
You
knife.
probably sharpened it.
Dude, my wife is crazy. I'm sorry. She literally. This is why I can't do anything. Sorry, babe. This is why I can't do anything away from my wife.
What happened now?
Immediately, she's like, "Oh, I found this. I found this. I found this."
She's
I'm like,
gone
"What?"
by and stuff, yeah. That's how wives are.
Garage sale.
Let me-
That's
dude.
my
oh,
bro.
I was gonna guess Target, but
Nope,
garage
garage
sale.
But
sale.
a garage sale on
That's
Labor Day, huh?
Yep.
Hey, she got them
Working
deals.
hard.
She just texted me. She's like, "Do you think we could fit this in the car? It's a freaking dresser, dude."
You have a Honda CRV.
Hey,
It's crazy. I
You
guess
just
I
throw
gotta
it in
buy
the
a car
top.
here too.
yeah. Just get a
funny.
U-Haul, man.
Literally.
yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I'm stoked. We've done some cool stuff in Florida. Matt's awesome. All that good stuff. Had some injuries. What else?
Yeah.
What?
Interesting.
You got something?
No.
Do you see a difference in like? Because you're obviously in the world of extreme sports.
Yeah.
Do you see the difference in athletes in the U.S. than the athletes in overseas, or it's all like?
Oh, dude, that's such a
Insane.
good question. The athletes overseas get taken care of, and respectfully, someone might argue this with me, but they get taken care of, dude. Like in comparison to
In the you said in the U.S.
in comparison to the U.S.
Like in what way you mean?
Europe, so Red Bull has different like jurisdictions, let's say.
Yeah.
So they have Red Bull Europe, Red Bull Germany, Red Bull yada yada yada,
Yeah.
whatever. And so like I have friends that ride for Red Bull that are full health care. Anything that happens, they're taken care of. Like they get a salary, they get this, and you're basically like on Red Bull for life type of thing.
Mm.
And they have some of the best doctors. Their facilities are insane for Red Bull.
I bet.
But and then in the United States, they're like lowest paid, no health insurance.
Even if you're in Red Bull.
Yeah, like
wow.
from what I've heard, and
Yeah.
but like for instance, Olympic medals. So BMX is now an Olympic sport. It's wild to think that America gets so many medals that it doesn't really matter if you bring home
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
so, but like Daniel Darris is from Venezuela. He got a silver medal at the last Olympics, not this one previously, but the one before. Dude, he's royalty. Like in some countries, they take like
yeah.
they you brought an Olympic medal to your country.
Some
like
give you like a cow or something.
yeah, right.
That's probably like an Indian thing. India, because cows are sacred.
No,
in
they
India.
do like like a cow to them is like
the backstory.
I know.
He's fact checking.
He's just making it up. Like a cow in some cultures is like, yo, this is worth a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying in
I've
India.
I've heard stories in India that like if a cow will be crossing the street,
Yes.
the whole
Everybody
street
stops,
shuts
yeah,
down.
because they're like,
Yeah.
they're like, God,
Yeah,
like,
they're
My-
sacred.
My mom was in
Your mom
India,
was in India.
in India doing
Your mom's
mission
Indian.
trips. No, my mom's Cuban.
That's true.
But they heard their driver almost hit a cow by accident,
and he was freaking out.
and but the locals figured out. They almost like killed them.
Killed him. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. But
That happened to him too.
really?
No,
Even India? Tell us about this.
he ate the cow.
Yeah, we had tacos the next day.
Oh.
So Red Bull sports.
So
taken
Red
care
Bull
of.
sports, all that stuff. Like, I'm a firm believer. Like overseas and stuff like that, they get taken care of way better. even for like money's sake, like here, like to be on Team USA, it was like $25,000 salary.
That's wow.
And then you get like certain benefits and stuff like that, which to like a BMX rider, that's like that doesn't make a lot of money. Like BMX doesn't make a lot of money. Like you make hundreds of dollars as a BMX athlete. Like I was told at the X Games, just this last X Games, that like 4th place in one of the biggest BMX contests in the world, it was $4,000 or $2,000 for 4th place.
Sheesh.
Like what?
Wow.
And I was told that in 2018, the same event was $12,000 for 4th place in 2018. And so like I've talked
in a
to
recession.
right. I've talked to like some of the OGs of the sport that I'm friends with, and I was like, man, like he's like, back when we were doing stuff, he's like, we had money. And he's like, honestly, we also kind of ruined it for you guys because we thought the money would be there forever, but we took it and ran basically. And like, no disrespect to anyone that did that. It's like, yeah, I don't think anyone that's making that.
Yeah.
Like the NFL, like if you're making millions of dollars, you're not gonna think like, oh, maybe in 10 years we're not gonna make millions of dollars. Maybe we'll make billions. Like, no, they're like, no, you're gonna make hundreds. Like, and it's super interesting because in like the UK especially, the facilities for skate parks, action sports as a whole is massive there. Like it is insane. All the skate parks and stuff like that, they're so perfect and well built. And it's like they invested into it. Here, it's almost like it's forgotten about. Like we have so much stuff going on every single freaking day, from football, baseball, basketball, all these different things.
Yeah.
That
Go
crocheting.
Go Eagles.
Terrible. Kansas City Chiefs.
Ugh.
Bandwagon over here. You're from Florida.
See, I just say it to piss people off. Honestly.
Did you get any kind of somewhat similar treatment when you were with Monster?
No. So Monster has like a Monster athlete program called Monster Army, and you basically can go through it to get like a full-time contract with them. And I didn't have the best experience with it. I was high up on like the rankings for it, but excuse me, it was really cool in the beginning, and like I got on it because of motocross originally, and then transferred over to BMX, and BMX is not that big, so like I lost a lot of like the perks that I was going to be able to get because I wasn't doing motocross. And so like there's money involved, there's travel budgets involved, but then again, it is for some people, like they get kind of stuck on it. You age out, but then there's other people that get like stuck on it for a long time and don't ever go to Monster Energy and such. But I don't know. It's for me personally, like I was always kind of like different in the BMX world. Like I went to BMX because it was like all I had. Like I had nothing else. Like motocross was done. What am I going to do? I got good at BMX. And then shows where everything kind of made sense to me. I was like, how can I travel for a living? Okay, there's these things called BMX shows. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to travel. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's interesting that companies don't, like for a long time, they didn't really value shows, and they still don't. Like Monster Energy does have BMX shows now, and there's other companies that value it now, and there's like things going on. But like the year before last, I probably performed in well over 200 days on the road, and I performed in probably over 1 million people, no matter
with Monster,
with various different companies on my own. So it's like, because I wasn't at X Games, because I wasn't getting podiums and doing all this, traveling all over the world for BMX contests that cost thousands of dollars, whether it's on your bill or someone else's, you're risking your life for a grand prize of $2,000. Hell no. I make $2,000 for my iPhone selling clothes. Like I'm good, dude. I don't want to do that. Yeah. And so I just valued being in front of people and performing and riding bikes for fun, getting paid, rather than taking it super serious to make nothing. And I know that's probably disrespectful to some people, but that's just my outlook on it. I've been able to pay every single one of my bills from 2017 to today riding a kid's bike, and it's all because of shows. It's because of the Stunt Dudes. It's because of Real Encounter. It's because of all these other organizations that I've been able to ride with.
Ledger Book.
Yeah, the Ledger Book.
The Ledger Book.
But it's because of that.
What's before Nitro Circus, or other than separate from Nitro Circus, you were doing this circus.
Yeah.
Talk about the circus.
Cycle Circus Live, baby. The legends.
The heck is that?
If any of you guys are listening, I love you guys. That was a happy accident getting involved with them. I always make the joke, I was like, I was 17 and ran away from home. I kind of did. Like, now that I really think about it, and I really did.
I'm done working this piece of shit.
1998 Chevy Lumina, and I was out, dude. But
Pizza sucks.
Yeah, did the pizza suck or was it good?
it's amazing. It is so good, but it's funny because like I used to argue with my dad, like I want to go ride my bike. I don't want to be in the restaurant. Oh man.
You should have gone deliver pizzas on the bike.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, but the circus was wild. They're
So it
still
was like
going.
a full-on circus.
So yes and no. It was Cycle Circus, but
Cycle circus.
all the circus community is in Sarasota. It is literally a city of circus people. Like that's where Ringling Brothers is. So many other people, other organizations are based out of there. All of the
I
circus
hate clowns.
families are literally there, and so there's we traveled with like fairs and stuff like that, but everyone kind of travels on the same schedule, so like it's like a big family. So like this circus act was at the same fair that we were doing our stuff at, and so like animals have been like in and out of the circus for so long, but like a lot of the family from the Cycle Circus crew and like their friends, they're all real legit circus people. So like I've been to places where there's literally just wild animals like zebras and lions and tigers and all this stuff, and we're riding dirt bikes at this facility, hanging out, goofing off, and there's literally zebras and giraffes and stuff like that on the other fence line that we can just go pet and hang out with.
What the?
And it's funny because like in Sarasota, circus is legit. Like but in the States especially, it's kind of given a bad rep, but overseas, like the elite get to go to the circus. Like it's a big deal. And so there was even like these clubs and like one like a clubhouse specifically where it's like circus performer only type of thing. And I was there for like a wedding, and I just did a double backflip on a BMX bike, and I was one of the first people, it seemed like, that had done that. I was the first person in that show to ever do it. But it was kind of cool because like there was so much respect from performer to performer, and I didn't really know anyone at that time. I was kind of like a young kid that was just thrown into this world, but I value it so much. Like I really do value like the time I got to spend with all those people. And it was cool because they like appreciated it so much. They're like, "Wow, like this is sick!" And they're showing videos, and everyone's hanging out, and it's just such a different lifestyle, man. Like I got into so much trouble with those guys. Like honestly, like so much just gnarly stuff that we would get into. But we lived like rock stars. Like we were goofing off, having fun, and
I'm from the circus. What do you do?
Are they still doing their thing?
Oh yeah, they're still ripping, man. They're still doing it, and everyone that I've known from the circus is still die on, like they're circus till they die type of thing. But it's crazy because then you meet people like Bruno, which is this literally.
He would work in a circus.
See, look, exactly. What do you think Bruno looks like? Just say it. Like, what do you think that guy looks like?
Can I ask what he does?
Just no. Just Bruno's in the
Bruno
circus.
from the circus.
Bruno from the circus.
Bruno,
what does he do?
he's like a strong dude that's very good at like doing backflips.
What do you think?
And he
what do you
might-
think, Bruno?
That's not what I was thinking.
With a mustache and a little
Yeah.
What do you think, Bobby?
I'm like thinking like a short little Hispanic dude.
Oh man, I really thought he's a Swedish guy.
Uh,
Blonde
I
hair,
don't think so.
blonde hair, rides a Harley with tiger cubs on him. He's a tiger trainer.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of hard.
I would
I'm not
never-
gonna lie.
okay,
Every-
Bruno.
Doing that.
Time we would go to the circus bar area, he would be there with cubs or something, just hanging out and beer. Let's go. He was all just drinking the whole time, and he has a son. He has a son. No joke. He has a son
Has a son.
that
Bruno Jr.
looks exactly like
That's
that.
wild.
No joke.
That is
Same
wild.
thing. Like
Drinking
vest
beer.
on, drinking beer, driving his Harley, and they're all circus performers, and they're awesome.
Jeez.
So funny.
That's a straight flex right there,
Yeah,
man.
dude. It's awesome. But yeah, the circus is cool, dude. It was intense.
So were you BMX in the circus or were
Yeah.
you motor? Okay, gotcha.
like in certain circuses, like everyone does everything,
Yeah.
and you can make more money if you like in between intermission run around and sell cotton candy, or you do camel rides or whatever.
Oh.
Like there's some really cool stuff
Yeah.
with that. It's super goofy, but primarily I was riding BMX. That's all.
So
I
how
did.
long did you
Gotcha.
do the circus thing for?
A couple years.
Okay.
I was part of that for a couple
Was it
years.
like in the States or
In the States, yeah. We traveled a lot. It was crazy, man. The travel schedule is insane. But they would leave Florida and be gone all year and come back for like
Because they
Christmas.
travel like on like tour buses kind of thing.
yeah,
or what?
tour buses, RVs, vans, everything. I'm not joking. I literally lived out of my 1998 Chevy Lumina. I bought an AC unit for that thing. I'd plug in.
Oh,
I
you
would
drove
pass out.
that?
Yeah, no joke.
It was white, right?
Yeah, it was
I
white.
remember that
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to just travel in that thing everywhere, and then I got my van. But then after I got my van, I only did a couple shows with them, and then I kind of pulled away from it. No offense to anyone or anything like that. It just wasn't
That
for me.
season was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the season was done, and they've asked me to do various shows, like even this year and stuff like that. But it I'm very loyal to the stunt dudes, and I make a good living doing stunt dude shows and other shows like that. And and like that one show, a 1-day show, could be like what I would get paid for a week of shows with a circus. So it's like it can change, you know.
Yeah.
And I host my own shows now, and I have contracts with other people. It was its time,
Yeah,
but
for
I
sure.
still love them, and I
Yeah.
would, like if I saw them right now, I'd be stoked, and I'd go do a show for them if it was convenient or something like that. But it definitely was, the season was done. We had some fun though, that's for
That's
sure.
crazy. That's a trip. Well, that's you. You've had a lot of interesting stories. That's cool. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
So, it's your birthday today.
it is.
Hey.
Finally 21. Let's
Hey.
go. Now 27, dude. I am closer to 30 than I am 20. I am dying. My life
Wow.
is
Okay, chill.
halfway through my life.
Wow, holy
Chill.
smoke!
Yeah.
What the hell?
Having 0 to 60 quick.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Oh, help me. Midlife crisis.
No.
Nah,
Happy
dude.
birthday, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Any plans today?
It's, whatever plans that you have.
You want to go golfing? You said.
I want to golf, dude.
I wanted to go to Great Shots, but they're.
Are they close?
Well, they're remodeling the Target, so
Yeah,
they
the
gotta be
turf.
closed because it's nothing there. They
We can
moved
let's
it out.
call.
Or we
So-
can go to the driving,
we can
or
go
we
to
can
the
go hop in
drive.
Yeah,
some
go to
carts,
the driving range.
get some beverages, and go hit some golf balls.
in the long range thingy. What is it called?
Driving range?
Driving range. But
Yeah, we're not gonna go on the. I'm down to go to the driving range.
I've never
Meet you
been.
guys.
We can go to the driving range, or we can go play real 18 and just.
No, bro.
It's
That's
so I thought
let's-
the same
okay.
thing.
Let's do
It's
9.
expensive,
We've
man.
never gone golfing.
I've played twice ever in my life.
And he surfs for a living.
All of a sudden, tell me, when have you seen a black surfer? You live in the Midwest. There is no ocean next to you or close to us, and all of a sudden you're a professional surfer.
I never said that.
I've known
never
you for a
said that.
long time, Bobby.
I have
I've
never
known
said
you.
that.
I've known you for over 10 years, and I have never heard you say you surfed in your life.
Can you
Yes.
please share this story about surfing? I've never heard this.
Oh, please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nor have I ever
It's-
associated
it's-
surfing or
it's-
water with you.
It's stupid simple. I mean,
Oh,
no,
so we're done.
So now you're saying
So
surfing
we're
is
done.
stupid simple.
I'm saying in the
Okay.
Midwest, man. Okay, so there's Louis,
Like in
you
your
know,
hot tub, like in your
no,
tub?
chill.
Louis, you know.
Like there's boats, there's
Don't
boats.
you
Like
dare
you're-
bring this into me.
hey,
into
no,
this.
listen, like you're on a
Use
lake.
your
There's,
words.
Don't you dare bring me
Surf
this.
Use your
can I
words, Louis.
finish?
It's your birthday. It doesn't mean you gotta be gone.
Okay, continue.
All right, so anyways, you done?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, so there's these like expensive boats that they throw up a wake
Yes.
behind them.
Yeah.
Like we're boats, yeah.
Yeah, and so then like they're not like actual surfboards. They're the
But that's not
Oh, let
surfing,
him-
brother.
let him-
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like skimboards.
yeah
and stuff like that.
skimboards. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like in the Midwest, that's what they classify as like, hey, that's
No, yeah.
surfing.
No. Surfing is a whole other ballgame, brother.
Yeah, where
How
you're
about-
from,
how
but
about-
where I'm
No,
saying
what
is
surfing
with
is.
Midwest.
Hold
Doesn't
on,
matter
hold on.
because I'm from
I've done both.
California. San
Let's
Diego.
ask the extreme sports
Surfing
athlete.
is surfing.
So here's the thing.
You are not the extreme sports
Wait.
athlete.
You
So-
don't have to be.
Wake surfing is essentially very easy.
Yeah.
Once you figure it out. But then once you start to try to do tricks and stuff like that, it
Yeah.
gets so hard. It's
Yeah.
it's super
But
annoying.
it's not surfing. You
But
know
it's
what
not,
surfing
but it's
is.
not real surfing. Real surfing is the hardest thing I've ever done, and it's made me more mad than
Right.
anything in my
Did
entire
you see
life.
that
Wait, instead of
Savage
wake
in the
surfing?
Real surfing.
in the
Like,
Olympics when he did that big
Ocean.
old jump and he's like,
Yeah.
that was hard.
I didn't see that. But
You didn't see
it's-
that?
Yeah.
It was
He's
everywhere.
like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care.
No,
Yeah.
but
It was the dude that they told him that he couldn't have like Jesus or stuff on his board,
oh really?
and then
Yeah.
he
That's
flipped
sick.
the board on purpose so they can see it. He's like,
Yo.
it was an epic picture.
I did not
Dude,
see
it's
that.
one
No,
of the
yeah, please
dopest
find that.
pictures
That's-
ever.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I didn't- I-
It went viral.
I'm
like
so oblivious. I do not like. I should unfollow everyone on my accounts because I do not look at anything on social media.
Yeah, bro, brother, you saw that one.
No, I did not.
Here,
That's
I'm pulling it up right
sick.
now.
Pointing at
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, you
he
guys
was
got
like,
it?
went,
Yeah.
like crazy high or whatever.
When did you go wake surfing? How long ago was that?
It was
30
like a
years
couple
ago.
years ago.
Really? Do you know what kind of boat it was?
So I've
So
been
that-
on. One was called a Mamba.
That's sick. Yeah, Mamba.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are like super expensive.
Yeah, Mamba. So you got Mamba. You got Centurion,
Centurions.
Supra.
Yeah.
Supra. How do you know Centurion?
He doesn't
Yeah.
know anything. He was waiting for you to start the word and he followed you.
No.
He doesn't know anything.
Okay,
He was literally
I'm
like- okay.
okay, but I knew
Name-
what the word
Name
Supra.
Three. Name three.
Supra, Centurion, and Mamba. That's the three that I know.
That's exactly what he just said. Other than what he said.
You asked me to
Other
name
than-
three.
There's
Other-
Malibu as well.
That's what-
Yeah.
Stop.
Those are
So
the
I've
three
done
that I
that.
know.
So I've done
Those are
You
the
didn't
three
know
that I
anything.
a
know.
Mamba and a Malibu.
Yeah.
So
I'm
like
thinking about getting one actually.
so my ex
Boyfriend.
father-in-law, he had a Malibu. So yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. Wake surfing is great. Like honestly, it's such a cool thing that you can be able to do it. Anyone can really do it. Like
Yeah, Bobby.
two of my friends.
These guys wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, we would, bro.
Yeah,
It's
they're
easy.
too big. They're
It's
too big.
easy.
Nah, you got. Whoa.
Listen to me. Listen.
Look at Mr.
Actually,
Universe
yeah,
over
when we
here.
come to Florida,
his
you can
moon
do
shoes.
it. When you come to Florida, we can go do it.
With his
We
moon
can go out.
shoes.
We'll go out, Matt. We can go
Let's
surf.
do it, baby.
Yeah, we can do it. Seriously, we'll go surf. Matt would be stoked.
Okay, talk to your mom. Get that confirmed.
Call her right now.
Yes, call
Call
her.
her.
Call her.
Call
Call
her.
Do
her,
it.
yes.
Do it.
Call
do
Mother
it.
Owl.
Mother Owl.
Call her. Call her.
I never call my mom. She's gonna be so pumped.
What's your mom's name?
Mother
Lisa.
Owl.
Laurel?
Mother Owl.
Owl. Mother Owl.
Dude, first ring.
She is ready.
Hello? Hey, how are you? Good, good. You're live on a podcast right now.
We got Mother Owl on the phone.
Yeah, we got Mother Owl on the phone.
So, I got some friends here that you may or may not know about. We got Jonathan, Bobby, and Cheeks here. And they were wondering if they could come to the family reunion for a day or two to come hang out.
Yeah! Hey yo!
So, yeah.
That was weird.
We'll come with cameras.
Tell Papa Tony that we're excited.
Yeah,
Papa
Big Tony.
Papa
Tell
Tony?
the Big Tony that we want some pizza.
So, yeah.
Let's
go.
go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
All right, I'll call you after the podcast. I love you, Mom. Hey, hey.
Hey.
All right, I'm super
Show
busy.
me
I
your
gotta go.
Oh, did you just do that to your mom?
Yeah. She gonna come back. You.
Wow, she gonna bring out the
Bro.
sandal, bro.
Yo, she said yes.
Papa Tony.
Papa Tony.
Papa
Daddy.
Tony.
I was gonna say Daddy Tony, but I had to throw it off.
Dang.
I was about to say Daddy Tony, but I'm like,
Oh, man.
we don't know them that well yet.
He said, all right, I'm busy. Bye.
That's crazy.
So I'm super busy. I gotta go.
That's
Bye.
dope. Okay.
We're going to Florida.
She said yes.
Going to Florida, dude. Let's go.
So it's like a Thursday through Sunday type thing.
Yeah.
What if we went like we got there Friday, then like Saturday, then
Yeah,
left Sunday?
we're gonna be doing stuff the whole week though. We're
Yeah.
there, so we'll
Okay.
Like
gonna
it's
be there.
planned, or is it like, hey, we'll see what
All right,
happens?
we'll see what happens. Like
Tight.
usually when we go to Florida, there's usually a lot of people that want to see us and do stuff. So we're, like we usually don't tell anyone that we're coming, and so we just kind of hang out.
Yeah, because you haven't seen them in a while. You can just say we're all cousins. You know what I mean?
Exactly. See,
Yeah.
And Bobby is the help.
let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
The funny thing is, I didn't catch it. And I agreed. I'm like, let's go.
Wow.
He's helping out right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you
Ah,
guys, you guys
Hold on.
took that the
Speaking
wrong
of
way.
Bobby, can you please explain your tattoos to Mr. Cortese?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what we're
yeah.
ending it with here.
Yeah.
I
We're gonna
said-
finish.
So
on
Bobby-
we're gonna finish on a high
Bobby
note.
just got
You
some
wanna
tattoos
sit-
on
you
his
wanna sit- no, you're gonna be
on
camera.
his knees, but there's a story to what he
On
got.
his knees. It's on
Because
his knees.
His legs.
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Whatever,
So-
yeah.
So
his
right,
legs.
so
So
right
tell
now,
us the stories.
yeah.
He's trying, but you're talking.
No. Shut up. Go ahead, Bobby.
All right. So right now I got 3 animals on my leg. I got a lion that I got a couple years ago, and I would only wear for the past 2 years. I would only wear jeans because like I got sleeves and I have only one tattoo on my leg, and I just self-conscious about it. Whatever. So this year I'm like I'm gonna finish this leg sleeve, and so I got a lion, I got a zebra, and then I got a black panther, and then I'm gonna get and then I got a rhino, and then I'm gonna get a gorilla, and then on my upper thigh I'm gonna get a grizzly bear, and then an eagle.
Kind
And
of like the whole zoo, you know what I mean?
so basically, for me to explain this, yeah, there's multiple meanings. So like each animal has like a significant meaning. Like when you look up like the spiritual animal, and so like a gorilla, like if you look up like what does a spiritual gorilla animal mean, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's Bobby. Same with like a rhino. But the zebra's for my son. First, it was his first favorite animal. And then the second thing is It's kind of a joke, but like my
You got it tattooed. It's not
yeah. My son's half black and half white, so. So half and half, zebra, it's black and white. So, and
so
then
his son is a zebra. He identifies as a zebra.
yeah. So the bottom half is all like African themed animals, and then the upper half is like American themed. So like African American. So it's a little fun tattoo. I mean, it still has like meaning, but like there's like hidden jokes behind it too.
Yeah, I thought Madagascar.
Yeah, but like even like the Black Panther, like I was trying to figure out like the switch, but like the Black Panther is like kind of pays homage to like the Black Panthers back in the day, and so so that's kind of like the switch between.
About to say that. Nope.
Yeah, you already called me
That's
the
it.
help, man.
That's it though.
No.
You might as well say that.
No, I can't. No.
I only got one tattoo on my leg too. Actually, I got one.
What is it?
Well, because he said he's paying homage to the Black Panthers. Like, where's
Wakanda
Harriet
forever?
Tubman?
Wakanda forever.
Where's Harriet
Wakanda
Tubman?
Wakanda forever.
Oh,
Hey, we got a Wakanda, South Dakota. So.
we do.
What
You
tattoo
know
I
do
that?
met
you
my
have?
wife in Wakanda, Illinois.
Wow.
Seriously, swear.
Yeah.
Swear.
Dang.
Yep.
Dang.
Oh, Cheeks, you probably didn't. And the other thing, you probably didn't even notice I got a new face tattoo.
You did, show him.
What?
Yeah.
You're wearing a hat and you're black.
Yeah, it's faded.
Yeah.
What is it?
So it's a rose on fire. So
Ooh.
yeah.
Huh?
Tell him what
So
it means, Bobby.
huh?
Tell him what it means.
Yeah. So like I couldn't get like a bush on fire kind of thing because of Moses on my face.
Let him finish.
We'll be right back.
He wanted like the burning bush.
I wanted the burning bush, so I was like,
On your face?
Yeah.
well, like anywhere on my body. So I just wanted to like. There's so many innuendos,
So
man.
tell him what you got.
So I got a rose on fire, kind of signifying like it's just a reminder of like the calling that like God has given all of us a calling, and I've had moments of my life where God has called me to higher positions, and so for me it's just like a reminder of that within my story. So
Sick.
yeah.
Thanks
Do
for
you have
sharing.
any tattoos?
I have one on my foot, which is my dirt bike number. It's like on the side.
Is that where
of
you
my
broke
foot.
it?
It's where I almost lost my foot because of a dirt bike injury.
That's right.
And so like
Wow.
we were at Camp Woodward, which is an action sports camp up in Pennsylvania. And Cody Bryson, actually, you met Cody. He tattooed the number 177 on my foot.
Wow.
But before I got that, one of my buddies ended up letting me tattoo my initials on his thigh in bold print. So I did the lining and shading, and I'm crying, laughing the entire time. So it's so bad. I'll show you guys photos after that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And but then I was in Peru last year, the year before last, and we were just talking about getting tattoos, all the guys. I was there with an organization called Ride Nature. And sure enough, this dude showed up and tattooed 8 dudes for like 6 hours. Like I got my tattoo at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I got a chest piece on my thigh. And so like the whole time we were there, we were playing, me and my buddy Titus, we were playing chess, like pass chess in the Sprinter van. And like we would just like toss my phone because we had no signal. So he would do a move and then he would toss my phone back to me and I'd toss it back. We just played the whole time. And so Mark, the guy who runs Ride Nature, was like, "Hey, dude, I found this tattoo. I think it'd be sweet. Like you were trying to figure out what you wanted, and you guys have been playing chess. I think it's goofy, but it's basically a king piece, and it's broken in half with a pawn inside. And the guy who did the drawing of it was like Jesus is king, but he came as a pawn. He moved first, and it was just super cool.
Yeah.
And the pawn is such a overlooked piece in chess, but yet it's so powerful, and it's basically a sacrifice piece as well. So there's a couple meetings between all that, and I was like, you know what, that's actually sweet. So I ended up getting that on my thigh for $10 in Peru.
Show us.
Wow.
Yeah, so,
Take off your pants.
Yeah, take your pants off.
Let me see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me take a picture of that.
Let me see. Show us. Stop.
Whoever did that was probably drunk. Look at this.
It's pretty dope.
No, that's dope, man.
But it's funny, $10. But the best part about that
Yeah,
was
it looks like
That you
$10.
didn't pay him.
Mark, his
You didn't pay him? Is that what
huh?
happened?
No, I paid him.
So it costs $10 and you.
Cost $10, but
Yeah.
Mark was the tattoo after me, and it's already 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and he gets a life, it literally from knee to
Oh.
here
Ouch.
of him riding a koi fish, and it says "Enjoy the ride, ride nature"
But you know why the
for
koi fish
$20.
Well,
For
you know
20
why?
Dude,
Koi
I need to
fish-
go to
koi
Peru,
fish,
man.
Funny, I was just watching a TikTok this morning. Koi fish has a significant meaning, especially in Japanese
Mm-hmm.
people. That very strong,
Yeah.
very like they've gone through a lot of things, but they're willing to endure and blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
he was
I
riding
don't know
that
if
koi
that's what
fish.
he
So,
thought.
but my zebra
it
doesn't have meaning?
No, it does. What does it mean?
Yeah,
It's
what-
black and white. What does it mean?
What stripe came first?
It matter what it means to me, I guess.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Well, Louis, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you, bro. This was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for
Yeah,
being
this
on
was
pod.
sweet.
And then we get to go to the family reunion with the ledger,
Yeah,
baby.
we're gonna
Yeah.
go kill alligators.
Dude,
Can we
we're
bring
gonna look
cameras?
at that ledger and we're gonna look. Okay, who should we go?
Yep.
Who we're
We
gonna
all
beat
get a
up?
cut.
You
I'm
guys
down.
should come to Bentonville first, and then we fly to Florida after that.
That's not. a
Why
bad
is
idea.
that? Is there like a jet or something?
We can get a jet.
He owns the owners of Walmart.
He owns the owners of Walmart.
He
He
sorry,
knows.
He knows.
Imagine we all pull up in a private jet, bro. That'd be hard.
We can do
Dude,
it.
baller.
I actually know someone that has a private jet that flies to Florida quite frequently.
How much would they charge us?
Probably nothing.
Well, they give it.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
if you can set that up,
And
we'll
we'll go to Bentonville for a day
That
or
would
something,
be
and from there we
Yeah.
leave.
That'd be sick.
That would be dope.
Set it up, bro. That'd be dope. What do we need to do?
So
Get him a tattoo?
you,
Some shoes.
Hey, whatever. Yeah,
hey,
get him.
whatever you gotta
Hey.
do.
Yeah.
$20 is $20. All right, so thank you so much, guys. Remember to follow us on Instagram, TikTok.
On all platforms, streaming platforms, we're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Go to YouTube, subscribe.
Jonathan's gonna take his shirt off,
If you guys subscribe.
and
Jonathan's going to get a tattoo.
I
yeah,
want a
we
tattoo.
want to
I
get
want a
tattoos.
sleeve.
Zebras.
We don't know.
Matching tattoos.
We should all get zebras.
Yeah.
Look, if we all go on the jet, we get it on the jet, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh,
No.
Let's do it.
you know,
Let's-
okay.
Yeah.
We get it in Florida.
Yeah.
We get a gator.
All right, we'll see you
next
guys. We'll see you guys later.
All right.
Thank you so much.
My next
We love
tattoo
you
is going to
guys.
be Gator.
Love-